Hey guys, it's been a little bit since my last video and I've been super busy around here with my own photography business, with my family, with things, and I've been thinking a lot about the farm and I'm thinking I want to change some things. Okay, so I made a video a couple months ago and it was about my farm plans for this year, and I had gone over exactly what I was going to put in each row, where everything was going, and I had a plan. And now I have a different plan. Isn't that how that goes? So, what is my different plan? Why am I changing things up? So, it's been a lot thinking about the farm because last season was so crazy. We did so much work. It was just all us. And I've been getting anxiety about this year and will I be able to keep up? Am I overextending myself again? Can I do this again? So what I did was I went back through my plans and I looked at my plans and I said, I need to change them. So what I did was I took out even more flowers. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to take out more flowers and make it easier for myself because I don't know if I'm going to be able to grow all these 10,000 seedlings like I did last year. So if you guys watched my video last year, one of the first videos I made, I grew a ton of seedlings in my house. And it was a lot of work. It was my first year doing it. But it was a lot. It's a lot of growing. It takes a lot of time. I was in there every night for like 45 minutes watering these seedlings, and it's just a lot. I even teetered with the idea of maybe just direct seeding everything this year, just throwing it all to the wind and like just direct seeding the cosmos, zinnias, and sunflowers and just going from there. And I thought, I just don't want to do that. I want the plants that I love. So I already have plugs coming. So what I was going to do was I was going to order even more plugs and say, you know what, I'm not going to grow anything from seed. But I think I'm going to stick with the plugs that are coming. I'm going to get rid of some of the things I was going to seed, and I'm going to tell you right now. So I want to make the farm super easy, but I want to grow the farm as well because I love it. And it would be a great source of income if I were to grow it. So, but I think what I have to do is I have to be a little bit easier on what I'm planting, just to make things a little bit more simple. So I'm gonna go over with you right now what I'm doing. So my first row, right here, I'm gonna be doing Rudbeckia. So Rudbeckia, that was the plan, is the first row. And the first row is all the plugs from Rudbeckia. I was gonna grow Indian Summer myself, and I still will be attempting to do that because I have room for that to grow the Indian Summer there. So Indian Summer. So next in the second row, I'll be doing Celosia, which was the plan. And I'm gonna keep that row all Celosia. So let me go back to my original plan. What was going to be in that row? So I am taking out, I was gonna have some Amaranth, some Yarrow, some Bee Balm, which I said I loved a lot, but I'm cutting it out. I just want to keep this simple. I don't want all these different things growing. I'm trying to cut it down. So it's just Celosia in that row, cutting a couple of things out. All right, so next row. The next row is going to be row 3, which is Gomphrena and Ageratum. The Ageratum is coming in plugs, so that makes it easy. My Gomphrena was super easy to grow, so I'm still keeping the Gomphrena. That'll just be something easy. I stuck to totally easy. So what did I cut out there? Let's see. I was going to put basil, and I thought about it, and even though it's easy to grow, I said, you know what? I said the customers don't really pick off of it, so I'm just going to take it out. I'm just going to make it super simple. I'm going to take out the basil, so one more thing is gone off of there. Next row, row 4, is marigolds. The marigolds are all going to be grown by me. Those actually I'm not afraid of because they were the easiest things to grow. The marigolds grew so easy. I could start them like 3 weeks before going in and just put them right in. So marigolds in that row is staying. I think I'm just looking back of what I was gonna put. Yeah, so that's all marigolds. So yeah, so far we have just Rudbeckia, Celosia, Gomphrena, Ageratum, and marigolds. Only 5 so far, guys. So the next row is Statice and Verbena. The Verbena is plugs, easy. I don't have to do anything. The Statice I'm growing myself, and those don't scare me again. Those were super easy. I had like 100% germination. The Statice can stay. So the Statice are staying. All right, next is super simple. I have zinnias, cosmos, and sunflowers. And I'm getting plugs on half of them. And the other half, I am just direct seeding into the ground. I was gonna start some inside, and I'm not. I'm just gonna direct seed them in the ground because that was the point. I said I was going to buy the plugs so that I could make this simple for myself, and I was still gonna grow like in here 500 from seed. And I was like, you know what? You're getting plugs. Let's stop making this more difficult. Just direct seed them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm cutting back on, you know, starting those early. So that's it. I cut out the straw flowers. I know, I love the straw flowers, but again, I said, even though I said in my video, like, people love the straw flowers and it's something interesting, it's just still not worth it because those straw flowers, I had to wait like 5 more weeks in between the blooms there. So it's just not a smart choice for me. And it makes me sad because I love the straw flowers, but it's just not a smart decision for me to grow them because I'm trying to make it simple, to wait for the second bloom time on them. They bloom too early, the first bloom anyway, before the farm opened. So I'm being smart here and trying to make things easier, which I think I did. I think I narrowed it down. I took out, let me just see what else I took out here. Yeah, I took out, let's see, the basil and the bee balm and the amaranth and the yarrow and just things that like just were gonna be more time consuming that I don't really need there. And I just have to make this more simple. And I think this will be more simple. So that is exactly what I'm doing. There's gonna be a lot of direct seeding. There's a lot of plugs. And I think I figured out that I'll only be growing, let's see, I was growing on 3 racks last year. And I think this is even less than 1 rack. So that is a 2/3 less time for me to have to water, seed in, yeah. And you know what, next year I might just order all plugs if this is still too much for me, because it's not my main thing. I love it, I don't want to give it up, but my photography business has been taking over. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with the kids. And the other thing is, why this is kind of making me nervous, we decided to go on vacation for my birthday in April. Oh my gosh, there's a farmer going away in April, right? You guys are like, what? Which is what I said too, but we haven't been on vacation on an airplane in like, I don't know, 10 years. So I'm treating myself, and I know it's the worst time ever to be doing this, right? I'm getting on an airplane. What's gonna happen to my seedlings? Well, that was the thing too. I was like, I'm gonna cut back on some seedlings because I'm going away. My mom is going to be watering them. She watered a couple. We were just away for a weekend and she's fine with watering them. So I think it'll be okay, but still, it's like my babies, I'm worried. So it does worry me that, like, here's the thing about the watering. And if you've ever grown them before, some of these seedlings, when I started them out, I'll water them in the morning. I'll go back at night and they're like flopped over and it's not even 24 hours. And I'm like, what is going, like if I wasn't there. So I am a little bit nervous. I do know that the Gomphrena, a lot of these were like, I can't remember though, which one of them was like that. I should have taken notes. You should take notes. Like I should have wrote down, this seedling needed water at night too, because now I'm guessing. I am so bad at writing the notes. I'm going to write the notes this year because I want to know what that plant was that needed that extra watering. I'm going to find out. But my backup plan is if it fails and everything dies while I'm away, I'm going to put more cosmos and more zinnias and more sunflowers on the farm. And actually marigolds, because they will just take off in like 3 weeks anyway. So I have a plan if everything dies. Yikes, right? But this is like life. I wanted to go away and I am, and we'll see what happens. And I hope my farm doesn't flop because of this, of going away and cutting back on the things. I don't think so. I think people really will enjoy still what's in here. It's still how many different varieties? You know, Rudbeckia, Celosia, Gomphrena, Aggerata, Marigold, Status, Verbena, Zinnias. I have a couple different varieties, Cosmos, Sunflowers. That's still a lot. There was a lot more last year, which I cut out things. So yeah, I cut out phlox and dill and I don't know. Oh, I cut out China asters. They didn't work well for me. So if you watch that video of the things I cut out, I did cut a lot out, and I think that's going to be super helpful. So this video is just to show you, well, not to show you anything. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess just to tell you the things that I'm changing and hoping that they don't completely fail on my farm, that I'm going to be going away. And yeah, I know you're probably interested to see what's going to happen to my seedlings when I go away that week. So I'm interested too. I hope I don't come back to dead baby little plants, but we will see, I guess. All right, guys, so that's it for the big changes on the farm and how I'm trying to streamline this to make it a little bit easier. I will see you guys soon. Please comment below if you think I'm insane for going away. And I agree with you. Actually, I do agree with you, but it is what it is. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.